marker. Excellent.
Greetings and salutations, friends. I'm BBBat. Welcome to the pit. Let's get started, shall we? And then we have a cool intro here, but
I keep looking at myself in the viewfinder. Great. Actually,
we're gonna solve that problem. Welcome to my channel. Not welcome back because this is my first video. I do have an actually good microphone that's not this crappy little lav mic, but it's not as easy to hold. And I don't have my desk set up yet because I just moved into a new apartment. So be nice to me, please. And if you don't hate me and want me to make another video, and if you hate the microphone, just let me know and I'll change it. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things, the Mothman of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. The Mothman is a local cryptid that has been around for years. So, wow. The Mothman is described as I'm not meant for video. This is not a face meant for video. I used to be a podcaster before this, and that did not great. No one ever listened to it. You can, if you want to. It's still up somewhere. I don't do it anymore, but it's of Goths and Goblins. That was fun, but yeah. So I'm very blatantly, I'm telling you now, I'm going off of a script. It is what it is. So when you see me doing this, that's why. So the Mothman, in most iterations, is described as a 7-foot tall humanoid with a 10-foot wingspan that has eyes glowing red like you never saw red. And note that despite the name, the Mothman's wings actually are more feathered in nature like a bird's and not insectoid, which I'm not sure why they call him Mothman if he's got bird wings, but it's not, I didn't name him, so it's not really my problem. I think it's weird though. The Mothman, however, even though he is wrapped up in this intimidating stature with intimidating eyes and a hell of an ass, he allegedly makes a sound that sounds like a mouse being played at high speeds backwards on a record player. Now, if you can imagine just being alone in the middle of the night in the woods of West Virginia, and you just hear that would be frightening, I think. That's all well and dandy, but where did the Mothman come from? So, the Mothman was first sighted on an evening in 1966 by two couples in a sort of lover's lane situation. Roger and Linda Scarberry, as well as Steve and Mary Millay. They had parked their car in the old TNT area, which is a colloquial name for an old World War II munitions plant in the area. Mary claimed to be the first to see the Mothman outside of the window of the car. In the official police statement, yes, they went to the police about this, Mary described the Mothman as a large humanoid figure. See, once we get into things that are technically quotes, I have to hold my phone up here because I'm blind and can't read. In her official police statement, Mary described the Mothman as a large humanoid figure lacking a neck, head, and arms, sporting two large eyes that glowed red like you never saw red. Once the headlights hit the creature, the driver of the car, reportedly Roger, put the car into drive and began to speed away from the creature. The Mothman, however, followed the car, reportedly flying at speeds of over 60 miles per hour. When they finally escaped the creature, they went straight to the police station and reported what happened. The next day, the headline, "Couples see man-sized bird creature something," was printed in the Point Pleasant Registry, the local newspaper. Sorry, my fiance is texting me. Over the next year, more than 100 people came out with their own sightings of Mothman. The mood of the sightings quickly changed from spooky, scary fun to more serious, however, the next year. On December 15th, 1967, the Silver Bridge collapsed, leaving hundreds injured and 46 dead. And while some people believe that the Mothman was the cause of this, that's not the case, right? After the collapse, the workers went through the remaining sections of the bridge and found severe structural damage. Yeah. Well, I mean, if the bridge is destroyed, you're gonna find severe structural damage. This would go to show, though, that the collapse wasn't the cause of some mythical creature, but by the cause of the heavy weight of 5 o'clock traffic and poor bridge maintenance, along with the carelessness of people left in charge. This, however, does not stop people from believing that the Mothman is a harbinger of doom. There are many other reported signs of the Mothman around moments of disaster. Now, we've already talked about the Silver Bridge collapse, but he was allegedly seen before the 1999 Russian apartment bombings. And now I would like to say, look at me, look at me. Much like with the Silver Bridge collapse, I think it is incredibly disrespectful to say that, ooh, Spooky Mothman caused things. Spooky Mothman was at sighting, because let's be real. That was a tragedy. People lost their lives. Be real, grow up. Right? It's fun to be like, oh, scary Mothman, but not when people are dead. That's not fun. Grow up, act your own age. In 2016, a man who to this day remains nameless sent the following image to the WCHS News. And then I'll put the picture up on the screen if I can find legal rights. I'm still not sure how that works. So this is a picture, I'm going off script now, that has been cited as a modern Mothman proof. However, a lot of people say that this looks like, oh, my neighbor's dog is out. Give me 1 second. He's out. He's about. He's right there. Look at him. Can you actually focus on the dog? Put my hand here so you focus on the dog. Look at him. He's so cute. I love that dog so much. I've never met that dog, but I desperately want to be his friend. See, now I've fucked myself because I can't just see a dog and not be excited about it. That image is cited as being one of the more modern Mothman evidences, and a lot of people say that it does just look like a very large bird, probably an owl. We'll circle back to that in a second. A very large bird, probably an owl, that is carrying a snake. That's it. And I can see that, 100%. It's a funky looking owl, but I haven't seen many owls, so I can't say what a normal owl looks like. All of that is to say, though, that the Mothman quickly became part of the local legend, and very soon the town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia really just latched onto this Mothman and made it their own. In 2001, the first Mothman Festival was held. The Mothman Festival is something that I desperately want to see. I keep telling my fiance that we're gonna go on honeymoon at the Mothman Festival. We're getting married in October. The Mothman Festival is usually in September. Those timelines don't line up, but I'm telling him that we're going on our honeymoon before we get married. Now, are we gonna actually? Probably not, but am I asking, begging, and pleading to? Yes. Will he probably take me regardless of honeymooning? Yes. The Mothman Festival is a fantastic event, and I desperately want to go to it because they have live bands. They've got vendors selling Mothman-related items. I've seen people who have gotten Mothman-shaped cookies. I want that. I want to eat the Mothman. Come closer. Come here. I want to eat the Mothman. There are Mothman-related events such as the Mothman 5K, which you will not catch me dead running. I hate running. It's my least favorite thing. Mothman or not, there's a Mothman hayride, which I would do, and I will do eventually. I'm going to see the Mothman Festival before I die. I'm going to do it. Also, bus tours of the TNT area, which, as we discussed, is the old World War II munitions plant. They did have a successful 18 years of good old-fashioned Mothman fun before the plague of which we do not speak that happened 4 years ago hit, and they had to shut things down. However, they did eventually open things back up, and now they're up and running. And if it wasn't clear before, the town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia really loves their Mothman, which who couldn't? And in 2003, the man, the myth, the legend, the moth, the myth, the legend. In 2003, the city erected the official Mothman statue, sculpted by Bob Roche. I don't know if it's Roche or Roche. I think Roche sounds better, but sculpted by Bob Roche, the statue titled Legend of the Mothman has been standing proudly at a whopping 12 feet tall in the middle of town for roughly 19 years. The Mothman Museum opened in 2005, and the museum contains Mothman memorabilia ranging from jackets of Mothman hunters to Mothman-related newspaper clippings, as well as containing a gift shop where you can purchase all sorts of Mothman-related goodies, such as a sticker that says, I touched the Mothman's butt, which I desperately need. And they have a gift shop online. I'll link it in the description. They have a gift shop online. I cannot buy the sticker on the online shop because it would be a lie. I need to touch the Mothman's butt in order to gain access to this sticker. It is a locked level in my life that I have not gotten the access to yet, and I need to do it. They also have Mothman. Sorry. This is very exciting to me. The MothCam. There is a live feed of the Mothman statue. I don't know if this is what they call it, who calls it. It is just a 24-hour live feed of the Mothman statue, and you can watch people go and take pictures of it, and I am a observer of the MothCam because it brings me joy to every once in a while just see people touch the Mothman statue's butt. There is one question left though. What is the Mothman? And now obviously there are a couple of theories, quite a few actually in fact, of things. We're going off script now, so if this derails, it derails in a blaze of glory. So there are a couple of theories as to what the Mothman is actually, other than just a large Mothman. So one of the bigger theories is that he is just a barn owl, right? Which is understandable, it could make sense, except for the red eyes, but that can be explained with something called the red eye effect. It is when light bounces off of, I think, don't quote me on this, I could be lying. The red eye effect essentially is caused by light reflecting off of the blood vessels in the back of your eye. I think it's light reflecting off of some part of your eye, right? And that's what gives it that red color when it reflects back. So think of a cat's eyes in the dark. When they reflect back yellow. Think of that, except red. You could see how in the middle of the night, when adrenaline's high, how a very large barn owl with the red eye effect of the headlights of your car being reflected back at you, how that could be very frightening and man-shaped. Another good theory is there's a mutation theory that people have, that since the old TNT area had a lot of pollution runoff, this could have mutated the local wildlife into creating some kind of Mothman thing. So it's just an owl that got really effed up on pollution. It said, yummy, yummy, yummy in my tummy, let's eat it. Yeah. And then in my opinion, the most plausible theory, I've got to pull my phone back out for because there's some facts in here I don't quite remember off the top of my head. Okay, so step one, can we fuck off everyone? That's not me. The sandhill crane is a very large bird known for their distinctive red markings around their eyes and along the top of their heads. The sandhill crane also are very large birds with a wingspan of roughly 4.5 feet. With a height of over 4.5 feet and a wingspan of over 5 feet long. That's about as tall as I am. I'm 5'5", and that's massive. That's a big ass wingspan. And I would like to state, while these cranes are not native to West Virginia is not unfeasibly out of their migration pattern. So you could understand how in the middle of the night, if you see this bird you've never seen before reflected in the headlights of your car, that's going to be really freaky, right? and you see these red eyes that are on the head of this thing, and you're just like, okay, guess I'll die. Guess it's time to go. You know? It's the medieval peasant of it all. If you've ever seen medieval representations of certain animals based off of someone describing them, it is crazy, right? It's an incredibly tall beast with a mane like a horse's, and horns like an ox, and it's got spots like this, like a cat, and this and that, and it's got a tail like a lion. What is that? It's a giraffe. I've described to you a giraffe, but you've never seen a giraffe before, so you think it's this mythical beast. You've never seen a sandhill crane in the middle of the night, so you think it's a Mothman. Because you don't go to the police station if you haven't seen something. Some fun moth facts that I have in my brain times is that he has been seen in a variety of media, such as Fallout 76. Fallout 76, he has a whole little cult, the Cult of the Mothman, and I love it, and it's me. I am the leader of the Mothman cult, and there is a Magic the Gathering deck in which I think he might be the commander, and I want it so bad, even though it is the Fallout 76 Mothman and not the Mothman. There needs to be like a re-art card. That's not what they're called, but there needs to be a special art card of that is just the Mothman that we know and love. That's it. That's what I'm talking. There's a movie called The Mothman Prophecy. It's an okay movie. I don't love it, but it's okay. It's all right. All right. We might not know exactly where the Mothman came from, and we might not know where he's going, but we know he's gonna do great things, and I, for one, love him. And the town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, loves him. He lives in our hearts. The moth, the myth, the legend, Mothman. Thank you so much for watching my channel and this episode, and I really hope you like and subscribe. I have an Instagram. It's BBBat, I think. I'll put them up here. There's a BBBat something. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is BBBat. I'll be back. That's not gonna be it. That can't be it.